Hello everyone, this is Highlander from MTG Cardsmith doing another custom Magic the Gathering card review, and I have my special guest with me here, Island.
Hey everybody.
And we're reviewing a card by BT9154, and this card is called, okay,
Is this lo-fi teen? Is that am I
well that's a capital I.
Oh, okay. I was about to say like
Uh,
for a second I thought it was lo-fi teen. I was like, come
oh,
on.
that's 15.
Yeah.
I,
Long.
Io15? EO15?
Yeah. I don't know if this is like a VTuber or a reference. I actually don't know.
Okay. But I'm gonna go with Io15, Alien
IO15
Alien
painter.
Painter. Okay?
Okay.
This is a 4 and a hybrid white blue for a 2/2 legendary creature alien. What do you think about that creature type there?
It's a common like anime trope where it's like, here's this waifu that's an alien that looks exactly like a human, but it's totally not.
Yeah,
So it's
see,
like it's fine.
say I would have just said like this is nonsense. Like this is not an alien. It's just a girl.
The doppelganger, you don't know. That's the thing.
All right,
Soulbound.
Island's here to defend the weebs. All right, Soul Bond. So this is another ability that exists in Magic. You may pair this creature with another unpaired creature when either enters the battlefield. They remain paired for as long as you control both of them. As long as Io15 is paired with another creature, both creatures have protection from among their colors and get +1/+1 for each color among them.
Is that an Among Us reference?
No, do
That's a
you?
lot of Among. I'm assuming that means like whatever color their cost is, they get protection from. Is that?
Yes, that's correct. So this is a blue-white card, so she gets protection from blue and from white. And then you pair it with some other creature. Let's say it's a green-red card, for example. That card would get protection from green and red, right? Both creatures have. I
Yeah.
think that's how that works. I don't think they
And they,
combine.
well, I think they do, right? Because it says protection from among their colors, their colors, right? So it's
Oh,
like,
maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
yeah.
So then they would have protection from both green and red and blue and white, and they
And then
get.
they also get, yeah. So the more colors you have, the better the card
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Interesting. So
Now the soulbound is weird, right? Because like so you can do it when you can choose to be unpaired, and then later pair when you summon a different creature, right? Like you
that's
don't have
correct.
to. So
That's correct. Yep.
you can be single until the right one comes along.
That's right. Yeah. Or like if you pair with a creature and the creature you pair with dies, then you can just play another creature and pair with that one as well.
Here's the funny thing about this is that I believe you can pair with your opponent's creatures
No, you.
because it says this creature with another unpaired creature. It doesn't say
Yeah,
your
that's
unpaired creature.
you have a point there. I mean, I don't think Soulbond works that way, but let's check. Let's check Scryfall.
And that would be useful because your opponent is likely using colors that they have a lot of in their deck, and so if you can pair with them, you get protection from their colors.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You can pair this with. I believe you can pair these with your opponent's creatures.
Yeah, that would be sick.
So you could do that. I mean, granted, you're giving them a big bonus. So like, you're giving the creature you pair with protection from blue and for protection from this card essentially, and you're making it bigger. So I
Yeah.
mean, obviously you don't really want to do that, but you could.
Oh, it does say they remain paired for as long as you control both of them. So that like
Oh yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yep.
why they have to put that? They gotta get rid of that
Well,
part.
I don't know. You don't really want to soul bond with your opponent's creatures anyway, generally. But
You gotta leave it open for that one moment.
for that one moment. Okay, so what do you think about this ability here?
I think here's the thing, right? Like it's it's only good, it's super situational because well maybe in Commander it's more situational, obviously. Like but or it's gonna come up more often, but it's like how often if you're not fighting your own colors, how useful is the whole thing, right? Like
Yeah,
um
I mean the one thing about Commander is it tends to be a very color heavy format. Like a lot of players play, three,
Multicolor.
4 colors, right? So like it's not it's not unheard of. And I mean, what is a little bit weird here is that like this card wants you to play like as many colors as possible, right? But if you play
Hmm.
this as a commander, so you probably don't know this, but one of the rules of commander is that you can your deck can only contain cards of the colors of your commander. So if this card is your commander, you can only play blue and white cards, basically.
Yeah, so that it makes it even worse because like you're, I mean, I know a lot of other players are gonna have like, some blue or some white, probably more blue, I guess. But I don't know. Does it feel expensive to you? I mean, I don't really know how Magic cards are costed, but this card feels pretty pricey for what
Well,
it does.
so okay, let's go over a couple scenarios here. Okay, so um, let's say that okay, so like okay, so let's say you play this creature, and then you play another blue white creature. Let's just go with that for now, right?
Okay.
So both creatures then have protection from blue and white, and they both get +2/+2. So this would be a 4/4, and the other creature would be whatever it is +2/+2. So that's like kind of like baseline. Well, I guess baseline would be like one other color. No, it wouldn't, because no matter what, you're getting +2/+2 and protection from blue and white, right? Because of this card. So
Does colorist count as a color?
no, it does not.
Okay.
Um, so so this is like so baseline is +2 is she's a 4/4 as long as she's paired and she has pro blue and white. Now it
Not too
let's
bad.
and then like okay, so best case scenario is you pair it with a 5 color, all right, in which case they both get protection from all colors, and they both get +5/+5. So this would be a 7/7 pro all colors. The other one would be whatever pro all colors.
Yeah, I guess it is pretty good.
So that's pretty strong. So here, okay, um, I think this is pretty interesting card, to be honest. My main issue is I'm not a big fan of protection, and you guys have probably heard me say this before, but like it's there are certain abilities, defensive abilities, especially on commanders, that are really annoying. And hexproof is one of them. Um, indestructible could be another. Protection is like even worse, right? Because protection is like you can't be targeted by the color, you can't be dealt damage by the color, you can't be blocked by the color, right?
So protection covers sorceries, instance,
It
battle, everything.
basically the only way to kill something with protection is to somehow use something that doesn't target it. So, for example, like a wrath, uh, something that destroys all creatures doesn't target. It just destroys all creatures, right?
Okay.
Um, but basically beyond that, there's really not much you can do. And the other thing that kind of sucks about protection from colors is like you're kind of just like against some players it's not really going to do anything, and against other players it's really going to hose them. And it's kind of just a matter of luck, like what colors you just happen to be playing, what colors you just happen to have in your hand, right? So it's kind of like a feel bad in a lot of cases where like sometimes like you have this like creature that just cannot be touched, and other times you have this creature that like the protection doesn't really do anything and it's kind of a waste. So
What if
I
it?
and then like
Can you do hexproof, but only for certain colors, or is that not a mechanic? That,
you can do that, but that sort of has a similar problem to where you're like hosing a color, uh,
yeah, that's
like,
true.
and like your opponent may or may not be playing that color, and if they are, it just kind of sucks for them. The best type of defensive ability that they print nowadays is called ward, which is basically like um, when you target a creature with ward. So like let's say a card a card has a card has ward and then a cost. Okay, so let's say like a ward 3 mana. That means that if you try to target that creature with a spell or an ability, like say you want to kill it, you have to pay 3 additional mana to do so, basically. And I think that's probably Like
Way to go here.
that's sort of like a fair defensive ability, and I think that would actually work here. Yeah, is like you could have like as long as she's paired with another creature, both creatures have ward X and get +X+X, where X
For
is the
each color
number
among
of
them. Yeah.
where X is the number of colors among them, right? And
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that's very fair, and it doesn't like it just doesn't like hose like randomly other decks. It's still very strong. Like if you pair this with a 5 color, then they both have like ward
Ooh.
5, which means you have to pay like you got to pay a lot to kill one of these things, like an extra 5 mana.
Yeah.
And
And I guess this makes Commander like, especially in Commander, right? Because you're guaranteed to have this card on deck
yeah,
if
that's
it's your
right. If
Commander.
it's your commander,
So
yes, yes, yeah. So that's my main issue is I think protection is just kind of like a bad mechanic in general, and I'd prefer to see something different on it. But I think the idea behind this card is cool. I like it. I think it's a little unique. So, what would you give this card as a rating?
hmm. I don't want to be like IGN, but 3 out of 5, I guess.
All right. I'm also
I almost wish there was an additional like thing that said like if this creature or the creature that it's paired with goes into the graveyard, also the other one goes into the graveyard.
I don't
So
think
that
so.
that way, if you deal with one, you can deal with both. Um,
Well,
especially
I mean,
considering like
I get what you're saying, but I think there's enough ways in Magic to do like mass, like board wipes and stuff, and
that's fair enough.
not to mention if you deal with one of the creatures, then the other creature becomes defenseless. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
like
true.
I don't I think I like this card as is. I like keeping cards simple, right?
Fair enough.
And but I do think it's a 3 out of 5, mostly for the protection reason and the art. Again, I'm not hating on anime. I like my Magic cards to look like Magic cards, and the creature type as well. I just don't buy this creature type. Um,
Fair enough.
it's not an alien, man. It's just
But yeah,
not
I'll
an
stick
alien.
with the 3 out of 5. I think.
Yeah, but again, a lot of these cards are 3 out of 5s, but they kind of have potential to be 4 out of 5s. I like a lot of the ideas behind these cards. I just think the execution is a little off, and the presentation is a little off, but they're getting pretty close. So thank you guys for watching.